Hey guys, I've been told that I tend to overanalyze. And they're not wrong. I don't see what the problem is with overanalyzing. What's the difference between analyzing and overanalyzing? Well, overanalyzing, obviously, I guess, means that you are you're reviewing something in your head over and over and over and over again, because we all analyze. There's nothing wrong with analyzing. It's just part of human nature. Now, I don't think there is a problem with overanalyzing. If you're overanalyzing, that means that you're just reviewing something in your head that is just you probably have there's some unsettled questions, your own personal questions, and you're just reviewing certain things in your own head to kind of answer those questions. And so therefore there is no longer there's clarity. Let's say that's the goal. You found some clarity and things made sense. I think I think overanalyzing can become problematic when it disrupts your sleep, when it takes over your waking hours, when it puts you in a bad mood or anything like that. But it really never does that to me. What people will notice, and this is usually the people, now I don't apply overanalyzing with everybody in my life. It's usually the people that are the closest to me. My partner, for instance, my husband. Yes, and the reason why that happens, in the event that you are one that also tends to overanalyze, you will more than likely apply this usually with the person that is closest to you. In this case, your partner, your husband, whatever. Because what they say or do has an effect on your life. It has an effect on your psyche, on your emotions. You will probably hold on to certain things in your head and kind of study them and analyze them. And you will overanalyze certain aspects of a conversation or something that they might have done, because you want to understand why they might have said something, why they chosen words over different words, why certain actions over other actions. Words, though, are the ones that I tend to hold on to, because those are the most painful ones. The things they say, the words they choose over a plethora of many words that are out there. Why those words over any of the other ones? If I am taken into consideration, you will be careful. Take a moment to think about the words. The pen is mightier than the sword, and that is so true. We really want to watch our words for the sake of the people that we love. We need to be careful. I'm constantly saying, say what you mean and mean what you say. But be careful. Pick the right words. So that there's no confusion. Be careful. The devil's in the details. Have you heard of that one too? The devil is in the details. The words people speak are coming from your conscious and your subconscious mind. Even sometimes how people tell a joke, and sometimes we kind of worry about where that joke came from, because there might be some truth behind it from that person that told the joke. It's the same with words. They're just probably not conscious of the truth behind their words and why they chose those words. But that doesn't mean it's not true. There are things that come out that bleed into the words. So that's why you have to be careful. Don't say things that you don't mean. It will take practice, but you will get better. Aim at that instead of just saying things that might hurt the other person. Because guess what? Then the person that received those hurtful words that you didn't mean, they have to do mostly all the legwork, all the internal healing, and kind of reassuring themselves constantly, more than you know. Maybe not every single person, but you never know. They're having to fix whatever damage your words caused. And you are like free to go, like nothing ever happened. I understand This isn't going to happen with every infraction. I understand that humans are not perfect. Why not aim at perfecting the words that we choose and considering the people that are going to receive the words that are being said to them so that we don't hurt them in unnecessary ways if that is not what we meant to do. So that's just something to consider. Something else that I wanted to talk about is that when people are sharing things with you, well, first there's sympathy, right? There's sympathy, which is below empathy, which is, I mean, sympathy kind of like recognizes what you went through, but they're not, there's no emotional aspect behind sympathy. Kind of impossible sometimes to truly feel what the other person is experiencing if you have not experienced that yourself ever in the past. Which leads me to emotional empathy. It is possible, though, to get really close, though not everybody is willing or capable of giving emotional empathy to the other person. Emotional empathy is, I feel you. And the reason why I really try my very best to provide emotional empathy to the people that I love is because I am a true believer in the fact that shared sorrow is half the sorrow. I cut it in half. At least I like to believe that when I'm sharing their pain, their sorrows, it's the best thing that I can possibly give them. If I can't fix their problems, I'll at least try to reduce it by sharing it. That doesn't mean that I'm always going to be crying with them. It depends on the context. Sometimes what you have to do is lift them up. And sometimes what you have to do is cry with them. It depends. You kind of have to be really good at kind of gauging which one is more appropriate. But anyway, and so that's probably another aim that I would always highly recommend for anybody that's in a relationship. Try to aim at giving emotional empathy instead of just the rational aspect of, I hear what you're saying, I get it, I understand the words that you're telling me, but I can't really put myself in your position, because you can't really connect with someone. You really need to get into the hole that they're in sometimes and pull them out. But how can you do that if you can't, if you're not? And again, it goes back to some people are not willing, and sometimes they're not capable of giving that sort of empathy, either because they probably have had too much pain in their life and they're probably numb and they don't have any more to give, and they're kind of more concerned about their own inner emotional struggles that have not been resolved yet, and therefore they cannot give it to anybody else, or B would be they have not been through enough pain to kind of know even the depth of pain that you might be feeling. So lack of experience, essentially. So how do you do that? That's a really hard one. That's a very, very hard one. Because you can't just go out there and seek out pain. That sometimes pain just gets to you, and some people kind of seek out certain partners, for instance, that have been through those things, because people connect through pain sometimes like that. And it's a deep, it's very profound. It's a very profound way to connect with someone, because you're connecting with them emotionally and you can see the world through their lenses. And so anyway, so that's that. I gave you no answers, but that was a lot for me to give right now. Anyway, I'll let you guys go. That was a lot. However, be careful with your words. Be mindful. I don't tend to overanalyze. I don't tend to overanalyze everybody. I value my time. I value my thoughts. And if I do overanalyze something, it's because my intuition tells me that something's up. That something it doesn't add up yet. And that's another thing. I believe that our intuition is more accurate than we think. than we are led to believe, because we're often told that it's just foolish to follow your intuition. But how many times have I not followed my intuition, what my gut told me? And I clearly remember saying I should have followed my instinct. I should have heard. But that's the thing. That's the catch with your intuition. It's just, it speaks too quickly. And it's usually the first hint that you get. You don't get it ever again unless you caught it. But then our brain starts creating all these other possible, very compelling reasons and possibilities that could also answer our dilemma. Sometimes they're right, sometimes they're not. Maybe you listen to your intuition. Maybe you have a very good intuition. How will you know that you followed your intuition? That's my question. So anyway, I kind of have to go now. A lot of people making noise in the background. Happy New Year, everybody. I hope these videos are helpful. I'll talk to you later.